no, he wants to film me. Let him film me. So, Mermite cans were designed to transport food. So if you're on the front lines, you're not getting a hot meal every day. You're probably eating something like this, a C-Rat or a K-ration, something out of a can. It's not always going to be hot. It's going to be filling. It's going to give you the nourishment, but it's not going to be fun. Everybody likes a good hot meal. But you can't have a mess kit set up, or mess set up at the front line because you're getting shot at all the time. So you set your mess up behind the lines. You make your food there. Now you got to transport it from the point where you get the mess place to where the guys are fighting. That's where the Mermite can comes in. There are inserts that go inside of this. They're about this thick, about that big, wherever they fit inside. You put your hot food into those, slide them into this thing, and put the cover on it, and it keeps the food warm while you're transporting it to the front line. And then they get in the line, and they get the mess kit out of their can, and they scoop the food out so they get a hot meal out of it. On the other end of that spectrum, the Red Cross needed to transport blood plasma to the war. Best way to do that is with a cooler. Well, it also works as a cooler. So you would have an insert that had a wired basket set up, and it would carry multiple bottles of blood or of plasma to be transported to the front lines. Now, those are normally marked ETO blood bank. We could also transport them to hospitals, to aid stations, and so on, so the blood got to the right place and people get that. So right now, that's keeping my food and drinks cold.
And it's still working.
And it still works really good. I filled up ice one time the last 3 days, so it's still cold and chilly.
And you stayed out here?
Yes.
Didn't even when that storm blew in?
Thursday night, I didn't stay in this tent.
Okay.
This tent is actually a World War II dated tent, so it's 80 years old.
Oh, okay, yes.
I didn't want to put it up during the storm.
No.
So we kept this one down. Everybody else, the rest of these are all reproductions and they're in better shape. I actually stayed in the large wall tent at the other end. It's not 100% waterproof, but it did keep me covered. I didn't get that wet, but so I stayed down there. The last 2 nights though, this thing's been up now, and I'll probably sleep in here again tonight.
Nice. Very nice.
Does your typewriter still work?
Yes, it does. That's a 1939 Royal. So when the war started, we didn't have a lot of war production, so there were not a lot of Army typewriters out there. So a lot of times what you do is you give your company clerk, here's $20, go down to the local pawn shop and buy us a typewriter. Portable typewriters, they're all standard print same size, fits in that box down there, which fits in that hole in the field desk. So you transport all as one large system.
Pretty cool.
Thank you. Any other questions? I mean, anything else in here that interests you?
I'll be in
You got to admire. That's why I'm here. I didn't drive 7.5 hours to be bored. See, I've got my field manuals for everything to do with the military police department. The military police would be behind the lines, so we wouldn't be frontline soldiers. We deal with prisoner transfers from the front. We deal with criminal investigations, accident damage, traffic collisions, drunk and disorderly, problems with police stuff. All basically like police stuff, exactly. And in worst case scenario, I carry this and meet some people that had it sometimes. We call it fun.
It's universal.
It's
still
universal.
and still used. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're
We really
welcome. You guys have a good day.